everyone, it's me, Krista. Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. If not, welcome to the very first time to my little art corner here on YouTube. Today I'm going to do a slightly different video. I was having issues thinking of something to create that I can actually do on camera because I've been working on a lot of larger projects off camera as of late. And while thinking, I was not feeling very inspired, so I decided to go through my old sketchbooks because sometimes there are ideas in there to go off of for later projects. That does help me. But then I realized that here on the YouTube, yes, the YouTube, because I'm old, there are people who do sketchbook tours. So I'm going to do a couple of sketchbook tour type videos. And we are going to start off with some of my academic sketchbooks from my school days. Yeah. And for this video, we are going to do two whole academic sketchbooks from when I was in school. The first one is going to be from when I was going to an art school for my drawing class that I was in before I dropped out. And as you can see right there, well, you can see the price it was back then, but it also has the date, July of '06. So this sketchbook is 13 years old now. I mean, it's been through some stuff. You could probably see that. So the way I'm going to do this is going to be a little bit different than how I've seen a lot of other people do sketchbook tours. Like I said, these are going to be academic sketchbooks that I had throughout college. And what I did is actually scanned in the images versus opening it up and showing you page by page on camera. Because either way, it's going to be really difficult to see, but it looks better in the scanned images than I could get it on my camera for you. If any of these look familiar, please let me know, because I'm pretty positive that our professor scanned these from a how to draw book, and I'm actually really curious to know what the how to draw book was, so I can actually learn how to draw from that book instead of just copying sheets of paper without the explanation. It is always interesting to see the difference between how you used to draw when you go through old projects or old sketchbooks and how you draw now. I love how this one lady has like heat miser hair. It cracks me up. Sorry, but back on point. It's interesting to see how much you can grow as an artist and sometimes how quickly you can grow as an artist. Like I said, this was 13 years ago, and I know I'm not perfect by any means, and I can use a lot more practice just like any of us can. But I have improved since then. And any of the red handwriting or blue handwriting you're going to see, or even lines, or the professor going through the sketchbook and showing what was done wrong. These are actually graded because, like I said, this was for a real life class that I took. And any of these red lines are the professor literally drawing onto the sketch and correcting it. She would do it for finished projects as well. In this page, you're going to see a couple of different things. There's actually a piece of tracing paper over the one to kind of correct some mistakes I made on my own during the sketchbook. And you're going to see what was underneath and then it flipped. She did allow that, and as far as I know, a lot of professors do. Like I said, my art school time was pretty limited, so I am not exactly positive if it is normal for every art school. And right here, like I said, are some really good examples of her showing the line work and showing what was done wrong. I do still appreciate some of the shading. That one face is like fucked though. Excuse my language, but that bottom right one is pretty awful. This is better. We all gotta learn, right? And I think that's part of the fun of these, is showing kind of how much growth there's been. This is from some kind of fashion photography book I have from Harajuku, Japan, and I want to say it's called Fruits or something like that. used it for a lot of reference drawing and for learning. And this is some stitched up eyes and a very stylized face I did forever ago, probably also in 2006. And now that I've shown you some scanned images from the first sketchbook, I'm going to show you one from a figure drawing class I took in 2012. And that was at just a local community college. But this poor sketchbook. It's got like paint all over it. And one of my cats decided that when he was a kitten that he was going to shred this, and this was fairly recent. A couple years ago. I'll show you a picture of that monster in a moment. Yeah, baby Finnick looks super cute here, but he destroyed that sketchbook. So when you see all the pockmarks going through it from his little clawsies, just remember, this sweet looking little innocent angel did that. This sketchbook is from 6 years later, and it is from a figure drawing class that I took in 2012 at a local community college. My professor was German and awesome. He actually also taught at that art school that I went to that the previous sketchbook is from. He decided to also teach at the community college because he liked teaching people at a bunch of different skill levels and imparting his knowledge. I had a lot of respect for him. He's honestly one of my favorite art teachers I've ever had, just so you know. And what's cool about some of these in this sketchbook is you can see how long they took and what the date was. A lot of these are just like quick gesture drawings, and these ones took 15 minutes. One was my mom, one was my boyfriend chilling on the couch. There was a lot of yelling from me to tell them not to move. I remember that. Specifically because one of them likes to twitch all the time, and I'll let you guys guess which one it was. And I know for me, I see a huge difference between the drawing quality of these versus the ones from 2006. That's partially going to be because of experience at this point. This drawing's awful, though. We're going to pretend like that one doesn't exist. It's partially because of experience, and I honestly think it's partially because these were drawing from life and not copying from a book. All of these are drawn from life in classes, or they are drawn from photos of real people. It's not drawing from a drawing from a drawing. And I do understand the usefulness of books like that where you look at the illustrations, but typically, for me at least, it's more helpful to see the illustration and read the reasoning why versus just blindly copying from these drawings that are published in a book. Figure drawing classes with real life models, I think, are really important, and I think they help a lot. These are more at home sketches, and these are also from that Japanese fashion photography book that I have somewhere. I remember turning these in and the professor being very impressed with the expressions on the faces at the time and how he wanted me to bring that more into the drawings that we were doing in class as well. Made me happy at the time, and I still remember it to this day. And that's still been a while. It's been like 7 years now. And nothing in here is a finished project. These are all just learning experiments. And I think that's important to realize too, that every single thing you do does not have to end up being a finished project. You can do practices and get loose a little bit and play around and learn, because if you don't do these kind of things, you won't be able to as easily do finished projects later. And I know for me, looking through a lot of these, it's reminding me that I still have a lot to work on, and that maybe I should be doing more of these kind of sketches again, at least once a week. Because even though I've improved a lot, there are still a lot of things that I need to learn, especially when it comes to the form of the body and movements, and doing some of these will help me probably have my art be a little less stiff. Because I know that's something that I kind of struggle with. I feel like a lot of my pieces are very posed and very stiff. And you can look through these sketches, which these are sketches I've done before, and a lot of them have a significant amount of movement compared to finished projects that I have now. So it's kind of interesting to see these and have that realization that I need to kind of maybe go back to basics a little bit again. So yeah, look through your old sketchbooks if you're uninspired or you feel like you're hitting a little bit of an art rut, because I think it is helpful to once again see how far you've come since then, and secondly to see what you used to do and like what you aren't exactly doing now and how you can improve what you're doing now by what you were doing then. These last few are still going to be unfinished things that I found in these sketchbooks, but they're more fully rendered. I also found it interesting to see all of my unfinished projects that I have in sketchbooks, and I might be able to actually do a video on that even, and even do a video on sketches that were turned into actual projects later. Let me know in that comment section down below if you'd be interested in that. But yeah, so there's that video. If you liked it, please hit that like button. If you have any comments, questions, feelings, or concerns, let me know in that comment section down below. Let me know if you've gone through any of your sketchbooks recently and what that does for you, if anything. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day or night to spend here with me on Art Stuff. Hopefully I'll hear from you soon. Bye!